Tigers are wheels up tomorrow to Omaha, and before they get out of here, courtesy of our friends at Our Lady, the Lake Champion Health Partner of LSU Athletics, we have got Kade Anderson, Bear Jones, Steven Milam, all in studio with us. Gentlemen, thanks for making the time. Congrats. How are you?
Doing well.
How are you?
Good.
Doing great.
Let me first start. This is my first look at the hair. Is it, all right, walk me through the decision to go back to last year's hair. This is the same do, right?
Yeah, it's the same do.
Yeah.
A different person did it. It's probably about 3 weeks old.
Okay. Faded a bit?
Faded a little bit.
Yeah. What was the purple or is that?
It's blonde and then with purple stripes.
Oh my God. Can you just do head down right there so you can get you? Look at that. It's so good. Do you get ever everybody obviously recognizes you anyway, but did that just make you more of a target? Like it's just unmistakable who's walking down the street?
I normally have a hat on if I'm walking around the street.
I love it. If I'm gonna make that choice, right? I'm not wearing a hat. You got to, man. It looks good, dude.
Thank you.
Any of it superstitious?
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Rocking the same batting glove, same cleats we've been winning, so
Yeah.
keep it going.
You guys have superstitions as well? Baseball players are the most superstitious guys. Kay, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I wear the same underwear every time I pitch. Obviously, they're washed, but I do wear it every time I pitch. I wear the same underwear.
What is not to be like too personal, but like what do we rock here? We're going boxers, briefs. They like just
No, they're like dry fit. They're Viore underwear.
okay. I mean, it's a little awkward that I had to ask, but like it's a standard natural question. But you do wash them.
Yes.
What
I
if you
do wash
lose?
them.
What if you win? Do you feel like you got to not wash them?
No, I wash them every time.
I'd be tempted not to wash them. Bear, you?
Kind of the same thing, like same socks, same underwear, same undershirt for the most part.
Yeah,
The same sleeve.
Okay, the sleeve is one I get asked a lot. Like, how do you decide? Do you go the pink or the blue or whatever?
Well, the blue was just the one time. I think it was either autism night or prostate cancer
Yeah,
awareness
prostate, yeah.
night. And then I homered that day, so I wore it again the next day.
So it wasn't just one day. You see, I mean, you guys, superstitious baseball guys. Hey, I'll go ask. We'll kind of bounce around. If anybody wants to jump in, feel free to do it. But, it's obviously a great time. Bear, you got to experience this 2 years ago, but for you guys, first time. What final outs recorded, the dog piles coming. What your expectation was? I'll start with you, Kade, being a Louisiana guy. Your expectation of what that felt like, and then to actually experience it.
Yeah, I was really just trying to embrace the moment and kind of just do it all with the guys around me, and just super grateful for the opportunities I've had from a guy from Louisiana. It's kind of what you dream about, and to have that experience as a kid growing up here, it's just been such an honor.
Yeah, Monster. What about you?
I mean, just all the stuff I've been through, my family, and Coach Johnson giving me an opportunity, and how much work we've put in. That's kind of you dream of coming to LSU and going to Omaha and winning a World Series. So it was just a surreal moment for me.
Did you ever wonder, like, especially your last year going on the road, coming up short, like, was there any point where you wonder, like, will it happen? Like, will we actually get there?
There was no will it. It's like a matter of time when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Kind of just we all learned from what happened last year, and we're all mentally stronger and toughened together, like Coach says this year, to overcome that.
Yeah, what do you think is the biggest difference from what got you over the hump this year from a year ago when you guys came out just short?
We got the right guys on the bus, and we're willing to die for each other this year.
Yeah. Yeah, Barry, like you've been there. I mean, you went as a freshman, won it all. It's a pretty cool thing to experience. So you've experienced the high and then not getting there. How would you compare what this felt like compared to 23?
Yeah, it was a different feeling for me for sure because, 23 I wasn't necessarily on the field. Played a good majority of the first half of that season and then kind of sat the bench the second half of that year and watched it. And it was still amazing to watch. And I still remember that like it was yesterday, all the guys on the field and hugging everybody afterwards. And then this year, being at first base, watching Chase, strike the last guy out at 100 and something miles an hour, and just the same kind of thing, just hugging everybody and telling them how excited I was and how awesome and how grateful I was that they were my teammates. And, I'm super grateful for the opportunity to go back there and see what happens.
I'm glad you brought up Chase because I love asking the LSU guys questions about each other. Like, you've obviously hit against him. Like, what is that like to look at 101 coming at you?
It's not fun.
Yeah, no doubt, right? But, like, what's – like, I'll never stand in the box against 101. So what is that like compared to 95, 90, 97?
Yeah, it's not all that different, I would say. with Chase, he sinks it so well though that, I mean, by the time the ball gets to you, if it doesn't start well above your belt, and you swing at it, it's going to be beating your barrel below you. So you really got to get him up in the zone. And he just does a good job of really throwing low in the zone. And when it's 101, it's really hard to square up.
Yeah. Kay, do you, when you go to inter squads and you're facing these guys, either them or anybody, who got you the most?
That's a hard question. I'd say Curriell was a tough at bat. I'm not sure necessarily someone in particular got me, but he's a tough at bat, and he's so disciplined. And I mean, obviously these guys as well, but DC's a good at bat.
Yeah, I don't think many people get you. From basically what we've seen this year, I mean, that's got to be pretty incredible for you guys too to watch him pitch. Or like when you're watching Kade throw, I mean, leads the country in strikeouts. You're sitting right behind him at shortstop. Like, what's a game like for you watching him throw?
Kind of takes the stress off our offense a little bit. I mean, we don't got to score as many runs, but
he doesn't like to hear that.
I know we didn't hit him all fall, so I mean, we kind of knew he was going to be this good, but he gives us a chance in every single game, and we're fighting for him on defense also, and when we're putting up good at bats, we're the toughest team to beat.
Yeah. Steven Milam, Bear Jones, Kade Anderson all in studio with us, courtesy of our friends at Our Lady of the Lake, champion health partner of LSU Athletics, great partner of ours here on After Further Review as well. So we're so grateful for the opportunity to talk to these guys and you guys for making the time to be with us here before your busy schedule take off for Omaha. Yeah, but Kade, a lot of people have talked, guys talking about you. Steven said you knew you were going to be this good. You've just taken a meteoric rise, right? From freshman year, seemed like you were finding your way to now arguably the best pitcher in the country. At what point in the offseason, or did you at some point in the offseason feel like, all right, it clicked, or what whatever that feels like to know you were ready to make that step?
Yeah, I think it just taking consideration for the guys I face on a regular basis weekly, and when you face guys like Monster and Jared weekly, it kind of prepares you for the situations throughout the season, and give a lot of credit to Coach Yessie for helping me out, realistically, mentally, and more than physically, and obviously getting in the weight room, but mentally I've kind of just taken the next step to further my career.
What did he, Coach Yeskie, I'm glad you brought up Coach, because you're watching the broadcast on Saturday, when you came to the dugout, the cameras kind of put it on the conversation he's having with you. What does he tell you when your day's done, either Saturday or any day? Like, what are those conversations like with the pitching coach?
Yeah, I think everything's just a learning lesson for me, and there's always something to learn from each outing. And just taking that step to just figure out what's the next step, and just having that mindset of it's never good enough, and I kind of like that way. And really just at that point, I'm rooting on my teammates and just want to win. That's all.
Did you have a feeling coming into this season it would be this good? Like to where, I mean, I don't know if you pay attention to the drafts and all, but like everyone's saying you're going to be top 5, top 10, top 5. Like, did you have a feeling it could be this good this year?
No, I mean, I didn't really look at it too much, and I just want to win at the end of the day. Like you said earlier, I'm a kid from Louisiana that just wants to go to Omaha.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to take it in all at once right now, and I'm really grateful for the experience I've gotten.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of LSU fans who still ask, like, hey, man, any chance he comes back? I'm like, I think he loves LSU, but probably, the name's going to be called early enough to go, and I think everyone's going to understand that. But we got one more segment with the guys. I appreciate y'all for being here with us. Kade Anderson, Bear Jones, Steven Milam, courtesy of Our Lady of the Lake. Champion health partner of LSU Athletics. We were talking also, we're going to talk to Michael Anderson tomorrow. He did did custom cleats for all you. What was your project like?
Yeah, it was super cool, and I think he's just so creative, and I don't really know how he does it or comes up with these ideas. But and he's such a nice dude, and he's easy to root for, and always try to help him out as his little deals goes on as well.
Yeah, it's Boot Up Customs.
Yeah, Boot Up Customs, that's right.
Yeah.
And he's just so talented and does a really good job with it.
The ones he did for you were like fuzzy, right? It was like textured.
Yeah, he did some fuzzy ones for me last.
Did you wear them?
I did. I wore them against Florida, I believe, here.
Okay.
Or A&M.
How in the world did you get the dirt out of them, or did you?
I didn't. They're still there. They're sitting in the bottom of my locker right now. I was gonna bring them out this year, but I haven't yet.
So good. Bear, you got customs?
Not from him.
You got who did yours?
Brad Duncan.
Oh no, Brad. Let's go. Big dunk. Shout out, man. I don't know, man. That's there's two things that people that know me. There's two things I spend money on. Whiskey and sneakers. Like I mean, I don't hunt or fish or do anything else. I don't have season tickets to anything. I use them on a press pass. So like I've got way too many shoes, but I love it too. Guys, I want to talk a little bit about what we're going to expect this week facing Arkansas, going back to Omaha. Of course, we're thrilled to have this partnership with Our Lady of the Lake, who brought you all in here today, and they've been great to us as well. And I know each of you have had an experience with Dr. Robinson, who's the team doc, who's a physician at Our Lady of the Lake. I mean, me or anybody listening could go see the same guy that's taking care of you. Kate, I'll start with you. Let's go around, like maybe experience just with Dr. Robinson or the physicians there at Our Lady of the Lake.
Yeah, he comes in our dugout every game, and he's a good dude, easy to talk to, and he does a really good job. Actually, in the middle of the season, I had a cyst in my mouth that he removed. So yeah, and it was like it took like 15 minutes, but it just like that, and he's just a nice dude and always easy to talk to, and just glad he's there.
Yeah, I'm going to come back and ask you about getting hit with the ball off the bat in a second because I totally forgot, but I do want to come back. Bear, what about you?
Yeah, I mean, I remember after Saturday's game, it was so hot. I mean, that was the hottest I remember it being on the field. He gave me an IV after the game, and got me rejuvenated for tomorrow's or the next day, and was able to go out there and compete on Sunday.
Yeah, love it, man.
Yeah, he's a really down-to-earth guy. He gave us an IV also. I remember last year he took care of me when I broke my foot at the end of the year, and was checking up on me all summer.
Yeah, man. It's I think it is so important to mention that the same physicians, the same health care that these guys receive, like the athletes at LSU, that's the same health care that you can receive through Our Lady of the Lake. They're a champion health partner of LSU, not just the athletics, but the students on campus, and then through their various hospitals and clinics. That level of health care, the access, the convenience is available for all of us across the whole FMOL health system, multi-state health system with 18,000 employees. The more I learn about Our Lady of the Lake and Franciscan missionaries of Our Lady, the more impressed I am and the more appreciative I am, certainly for the partnership. Kate, I want to ask you, like, we all held our breath when you got hit with the ball on Saturday. Was it Saturday or was it Sunday? The days run together. It was Saturday.
Yeah.
Like, walk me through that. I mean, obviously we saw what happened, but walk me through, like, what happened, what you felt.
Yeah, I think it all started with threw a pitch right down the middle, so that was the first problem. And yeah, I got smoked, and it hurt for a second, but I knew in order for our team to win, save our bullpen, I needed to stay in the game, and I'm gonna do whatever's best for the team. And yeah, it hurt, but it went away pretty quickly.
Let's guys, we got a few minutes with you here. Let's talk about Omaha. Let's talk about the opener against Arkansas. I mean, there's two ways to look at it, right? The familiarity, team you've already beaten in a series, but then there's also, like, is it hard to beat them again? You like playing that you all drew Arkansas again, or does it matter?
Doesn't matter. I feel like we can line up with anybody. Got the best 1-2 punch in the country, and the best bullpen, and whoever coach writes in that lineup is going to go out there and compete and try and win a ball game.
Yeah. The first game against Arkansas was one of the ones that ended at 1:17 a.m. It's when you scored on Fry's sac fly. Hell of a slide coming into home as well. It was awesome to see. Did any hesitation at all that if you were going to make it or not?
No. I mean, JJ was in my ear the whole time saying, yes, 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 you're going. So once he caught the ball, I was like, man, I got to get going. And I'm a pretty big guy. It's a lot of mass to get going. So I'm not the fastest, but fast enough.
Were you worried that it was too shallow? Is there any point in that run where you're like, God, please get me there?
That's what I was hoping for.
Y'all are going to face Zach Root. I would presume. I don't know that Arkansas is named a starter, but he started in that game. What was it like, lefty starter, their Friday night guy? What was it like facing him?
Yeah, he's a tough at bat. I mean, you saw him shove this past weekend against Tennessee, who's one of the best offenses in the country. So it's going to be tough, going out there, and we're going to have to compete, like Monster said, in the box 1 through 9, work pitch counts, and try and get in that bullpen early.
Yeah. Is there anything specifically that you remember about facing him that that approach-wise that you'll take this time?
Just going to see what he's attacking us with and, try and run the pitch count up and get to the bullpen.
Is it like whenever you put together a game plan offensively, like obviously you're going in with a plan, but how much of it is you can watch film or go with a plan, or is you're adjusting based on what a pitcher's doing that day?
You can do both, I'd say. I'd say Coach Johnson puts together a really good plan, and then you obviously know yourself better than anybody, and you can run your plan and kind of mix them together. It just depends on how you feel and what's going on in the game, the situation, whatever it calls for.
Anything, Bear, like that you would adjust during the game to a guy, maybe adjust your plan based on what they're doing?
I would say for the most part, I just get pitched differently than most guys, like as far as off speed to fastball ratio. So for the most part, I go up there knowing I'm going to get a steady mix of a lot of different pitches. And lately I've just been trying to be really patient and selective at the plate and just wait out pitchers and try and get one pitch in at bat or one pitch a game and not miss it.
Yeah. Does it? That's got to be hard, knowing like you're gonna get one in at bat or one a game. But like, do you? Did you get pitched differently when you were batting second or when you dropped down?
I would say when I was batting second, there was an attention to me and the lineup, and I think with Ethan being in the 2-hole the past week, and there was attention to him in the 2-hole with the regional that he had, and so being in the 5-hole this weekend was just kind of like, I wouldn't say there was less of a target on me or less of a attention to me. It was just the pitcher, as Coach Johnson would say, like maybe he was tired after facing the first 4 guys in the lineup, and he had to face Monster and Jake before me, who always are running tough at bats, and they're left-handed, and then a right-hander comes up, so it's just a different look.
Okay, give me a perspective from a pitcher on that, on how you may approach a guy in a lineup differently if they're in the 2-hole or the 5-hole. Like, give me just the perspective from a pitcher.
Yeah, I think there's not a lot to it. I mean, if you see Jared step in the box, I think it doesn't matter where he's hitting. You have to kind of pitch him a little different. But at the same time, you got to attack. I think you have to have the mindset. It's you're just playing pitch and catch, and you don't really change your plan against a different hitter. But with a guy like Jared, you have to have a steady mix and really just be careful.
What about facing a guy like Monster?
Yeah, Monster, he's got really good bat-to-ball skills, so just another tough at-bat. I mean, on our team, there's not a lot of easy at-bats, and really just got to go out there and pitch and compete.
Yeah. You a lot's been made, Monster, about like what you've done. I read earlier in 11 postseason games, you got 12 RBI. It's just incredible productivity. Do you feel differently in the postseason? Anything approach different?
Not really. I kind of just lock in more and just find my groove at that time, and not trying to do too much. Just trying to win for the team and win for the guys, and that's the biggest thing. When runners are on base, you got to get them in. Because you never know, that could be the winning run right there. And Cade's gonna give us 8 innings with no runs sometimes, and all we have to do is score 1. So just being locked in and focused on my plan, and getting it to the next guy, whether it's Jared or whoever's behind me, up a chance.
Would you prefer the grand slam or the bases clearing double?
Probably the bases clearing double.
Okay.
That one was I've never heard the box that loud.
Well, put me in that moment. Like obviously they walk the bases loaded, you're up. Like, what are you thinking? What pitch is coming? And then obviously connecting the way you did, ripping it.
Yeah, he was struggling to throw strikes to me in the first at bat, so I was trying to wait him out, and he was a 2-1 count. He missed with the heater, and I put a good swing on it. I think the first baseman tipped it off his glove, and it was a double, and I was pretty excited for our guys, and then we added a couple more runs and just kept adding, and kind of they felt it, and they started to fall apart a little bit.
Yeah, man. Omaha is almost here for the Tigers. Bear, you've been there. We were talking in the break a little bit about just how long that can be, right? Especially if you go all the way through the championship series. What do you do with a lot of the downtime that you have in Omaha?
Yeah, I just remember, hanging out at the hotel. All my family kind of at one point or another made their way out there. We would have kind of practices, workouts throughout the day. Maybe in the morning we would go over to like Creighton or the University of Omaha and do like hitting or take some ground balls or something just to get our legs moving around. But for the most part, just, watch the games, enjoy being there. I think it's an awesome experience. It's something that not everybody just gets to do. Like LSU doesn't just get to go to Omaha. We had to work really hard to get there and win a lot of ball games. And so I'm just going to try to enjoy it and soak it all in.
What was it like having the fan support there? You'll have it all year, right? Obviously, we know. The LSU leads the nation in attendance every year. But, in Omaha, it turns into like LSU North. So what's supposed to be a neutral site isn't. So what's that like?
It's unbelievable. I can still remember like Game 3 when the national anthem concluded and they always say Tigers instead of Brave. And, there was chills down my spine, like all throughout my body. And then they started the LSU chant and you couldn't hear the person next to you having a conversation. So it was unbelievable. And they stuck around throughout games all this year till 1:17 in the morning.
Yeah, did that.
I'm excited to see what they bring for Omaha.
I got to ask about the delays. It's like an inordinate amount of delays this year. Like, what do y'all do during the delays? You go sleep? What do you do?
Yeah, well, sometimes we play Mafia. Monster does as much, but Jared and I play a little bit of Mafia in the locker room, but really just staying off our feet and kind of just having fun. We're with our best friends and just really grateful to be there. Like I said, much times it's LSU baseball. You don't take that for granted.
Yeah. Fans kind of like melt, right? It's like, why are they delaying the game even more? Does it bother y'all as much?
I think we're used to it now.
It got to be, right? I mean, I don't know. Sometimes you get weird pop-up storms in the Midwest in June, but here's hoping that it's a really clean week. Last thing, and Kate, I'll ask you the last question because of the group, you're the only one from Louisiana. And everybody that grows up in the state wants to put on that uniform and play in the College World Series for LSU. Like, I'm certain this is something you've dreamed of. Now that it's here, like, I'm sure it's stirring a lot of emotions of what you thought as a kid and where you are now. What's that like for you?
Yeah, I mean, like I said a bunch of times, I'm just really grateful for the opportunities, and I get to deal with my guys, and I think that's the best part about it, and just kind of living in the moment, and this is my dream.
What was it like for you watching it in Omaha in 23?
Yeah, I got to watch Game 1 and Game 2 of the finals, and just really special. And you don't understand as an LSU fan until you're in a kind of situation like that in Omaha with there's probably, I'm not sure how many, 20,000 LSU fans surrounding the field, and just really grateful, and I want that to happen again, so we need to keep on winning.
You watched Game 1 and 2?
Yeah, I had to go back.
I
had to go back. I was moving into LSU as a freshman last year.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to go back and move in. So.
Oh, man, dude. Like, I'm so sorry that you've got to end it on a different note this time, man. Like, make sure you're there for the dog pile this time and participate. Yeah. Kade Anderson, Jared Jones, Steven Milam, good enough to spend a couple minutes with us, courtesy of our friends at Our Lady of the Lake. Gentlemen, good luck. Safe travels. Have a great week in Omaha. Everyone here is pulling for you. Wish you the best of luck. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate all of you.
Thank you all. Appreciate it a lot.
Appreciate it, guys. All right.